Throughout millions of years of human evolution, we, Homo sapiens, are the only species that remains. But what made us the last human species in a world once filled with our close relatives? Why did other humans, such as Neanderthals, Denisovans, and earlier hominids, fail to survive alongside us? Whether it's the result of natural evolution, competition for survival, or even unexpected environmental shifts, the fact that Homo sapiens still stands today raises profound questions. These questions are not just confined to evolutionary theory, but also spark deep reflections on the nature of humanity, survival, power, and perhaps even the role of chance in our existence. Let's embark on a journey to uncover the mysteries behind why we became the last human species, delving beyond the layers of time to understand not only the past, but also the future that may await us.
2. The evolutionary perspective, the emergence and survival of Homo sapiens. Throughout millions of years of evolution, humans have undergone a long journey from simple ancestors to a species with superior intelligence, remarkable adaptability, and unique creativity. To understand why Homo sapiens became the last human species to survive, we must look at our evolution from various perspectives, from genetic factors and survival strategies to our interactions with the environment and other species. The emergence and survival of Homo sapiens is not just the result of luck, but a combination of thousands of evolutionary factors, challenges we faced, and our ability to overcome the limits of other species. Around 7 million years ago, the ancestors of humans and apes split, beginning a long evolutionary journey. The first ancestors of humans, possibly species of Australopithecus, began walking on 2 legs, a stark contrast to other remaining apes. The ability to walk on 2 legs, bipedalism, was the first important factor that laid the foundation for human development. This provided a significant advantage in moving and foraging for food, allowing early humans to access new environments and expand their range. Millions of years later, Homo habilis emerged. This species began creating simple tools and developing the ability to use stone and wood for hunting and gathering food. Homo habilis marked the beginning of human intelligence, though its brain was still small compared to Homo sapiens. However, with the development of tools and techniques, Homo habilis created an important turning point in the evolution of humanity. Around 1.9 million years ago, Homo erectus emerged. This species had a much larger brain compared to earlier species, as well as the ability to use fire, hunt, and process food. One of the key factors that helped Homo erectus survive and thrive was its ability to use fire. Fire not only allowed them to cook food, but it also protected them from predators, helped them survive harsh winters, and provided light at night. Moreover, Homo erectus began spreading across continents, from Asia to Africa and Europe, expanding their habitat and increasing competition with other species. Despite existing for a long time and thriving, Homo erectus eventually went extinct, giving way to later human species. This could have been due to factors such as climate change, competition with other species, or simply an inability to adapt to rapidly changing environments. Homo sapiens, modern humans, appeared around 300,000 years ago. With a larger brain, complex communication abilities, and the development of advanced tools, we proved to be superior to earlier species like Homo neanderthalensis, Neanderthals, and Homo erectus. One of the key factors that enabled Homo sapiens to become the last surviving human species was our ability to develop language and abstract thinking, abilities that no other human species reached to the same extent. The ability to communicate complex ideas led to the creation of strong social groups, where individuals could share information, exchange knowledge, and support each other in survival tasks. The increasingly sophisticated tools, from sharp stones to metal implements, allowed Homo sapiens to hunt and gather food more effectively, as well as to build complex architectural structures. Furthermore, human creativity and innovation allowed us not only to survive in harsh environments, but also to develop civilization. From the invention of agriculture, which allowed humans to settle and build large civilizations, to the development of writing systems, education, and technology, all these achievements were the result of the superior evolution of humanity. Although Homo sapiens developed strongly, our existence was not the result of a perfect and smooth process. We faced fierce survival competition from other human species. Homo neanderthalis, Neanderthals, despite having a large brain and good survival skills, were ultimately surpassed by Homo sapiens. Many scientists believe that one reason for this was competition for resources, as well as differences in hunting techniques and social development. While there was some genetic overlap between Homo sapiens and Neanderthals, much of the research shows that Homo sapiens had better survival strategies and adaptability, which helped us outlast other human species. The competition with Homo neanderthalis and other human species may have been one of the key factors that made Homo sapiens the last human species to survive. One of the key factors that allowed Homo sapiens to survive to this day is our adaptability. We have the ability to adjust and change in order to survive in all kinds of environmental conditions. From developing survival strategies in the harsh cold of ice ages to surviving the heat of deserts, our adaptability has proven to be superior to other species. Moreover, we don't just adapt to our living environments, we also know how to change our environment to suit our needs. The ability to innovate and develop technologies, from exploiting resources to building transportation, energy, and production systems, has enabled Homo sapiens to create a thriving civilization, influencing every aspect of this planet. The evolution of Homo sapiens is a long and challenging journey, from our first ancestors to modern humans. The emergence and survival of our species today is not just the result of luck, but a combination of many factors: adaptability, creativity, and superior survival skills. Although we have surpassed many ancient human species, the path ahead remains full of challenges. Will we continue to survive and evolve? Or one day, will another human species rise to replace us? Time will answer this question. 3. The extinction of other human species. Throughout the course of history, many human species existed alongside each other. These species, although sharing a common ancestry with Homo sapiens, evolved in different directions, each with unique biological and cultural traits. However, today, only Homo sapiens, modern humans, remain. Species like Homo neanderthalensis, Neanderthals, Homo erectus, and Homo habilis have long been extinct, and the question arises, why did these other species fail to survive, while Homo sapiens became the only one to remain on Earth? One of the key reasons for the extinction of other human species is the competition for survival. When Homo sapiens emerged around 300,000 years ago, they quickly developed superior cognitive abilities, complex communication, and creativity. This gave Homo sapiens a significant survival advantage over other species. While species like Neanderthals and Homo erectus also had large brains and strong survival skills, they lacked the ability to develop as flexible and diverse social and technological strategies as Homo sapiens. This inability to adapt quickly to environmental changes allowed Homo sapiens to outcompete them for resources and space. Climate change and environmental pressures also played a crucial role in the extinction of other human species. During the Ice Age, species like Neanderthals were well adapted to cold climates. However, when the climate warmed and environments changed, they struggled to adapt to new conditions. Homo sapiens, with their ability to adapt and innovate, developed more effective survival strategies, such as exploiting a wider variety of resources, hunting and gathering food more efficiently, and eventually developing agriculture. In contrast,
Other species, like Neanderthals, remained reliant on specific food sources and could not diversify their survival strategies in time. In addition to environmental pressures, genetic factors were also significant in the extinction of these species. The populations of these human species were often small and isolated, reducing genetic diversity. This lack of genetic diversity made them more vulnerable to disease, environmental changes, and inbreeding. Homo sapiens, with a larger and more diverse population, had greater genetic variation, which helped them survive through many challenges and adapt to different environments. Cultural and technological development was another factor that contributed to the survival of Homo sapiens. They not only survived by adapting to the environment, but also by developing technology and complex social structures. The tools created by Homo sapiens, from stones to metals, became increasingly refined and useful in hunting, building, and protecting their communities. Additionally, Homo sapiens' ability to communicate and cooperate in larger social groups enabled them to implement survival strategies more effectively, as well as build advanced civilizations. In contrast, other species, like Neanderthals, though also using tools and fire, did not develop as sophisticated technologies or cultures. This difference gave Homo sapiens a distinct advantage in surviving and thriving. Another theory for the extinction of other human species is genetic assimilation. Instead of being completely wiped out, many of these species may have been absorbed into the Homo sapiens gene pool through interbreeding. Genetic studies show that Homo sapiens not only competed with, but also interbred with Neanderthals and Denisovans. These species did not completely disappear, but became integrated into the genetic lineage of Homo sapiens. This genetic assimilation left traces in the DNA of modern humans, particularly in those of non-African descent. Although Homo sapiens is the only surviving species, the extinction of other human species was not a tragedy, but rather the result of a complex evolutionary process. These species did not fail because they were weak, but because they could not adapt to environmental changes, competition from other human species, and the superior cultural and technological development of Homo sapiens. Their extinction serves as a testament to the unpredictability and randomness of evolution. While Homo sapiens continued to survive and develop, the story of the other human species reminds us of the fragility of life and the dependence on adaptability and innovation in a constantly changing world.
4. The philosophical perspective. The existence of Homo sapiens as the only surviving human species invites profound philosophical contemplation on the nature of humanity, our place in the universe, and the seemingly random factors that led to our survival while other human species perished. Why, out of all the human species that once roamed the earth, are we the last standing? What does this say about the essence of humanity and our destiny in the broader cosmic scheme? The extinction of other human species is not merely an event in evolutionary history, but also a philosophical dilemma that challenges our understanding of life, survival, and even the meaning of existence itself. At the core of this philosophical inquiry lies the question of why us? In a universe governed by the laws of chance, what made Homo sapiens the lucky ones? Were we destined to survive, or was it the result of a series of fortunate events that allowed us to outlast other human species? This brings us to the realm of existentialism, where the randomness of life's events plays a central role. If our existence is purely the result of evolutionary chance, then what does it mean for us as individuals and as a species? Are we simply a product of natural selection, or is there a deeper, perhaps unknowable force that shaped our path to dominance? From a philosophical standpoint, the extinction of other human species can be seen as both a loss and a lesson.
The disappearance of Neanderthals, Denisovans, and Homo erectus raises questions about the nature of intelligence, adaptability, and the very concept of survival. Does it suggest that the survival of a species is not always a matter of superiority, but of sheer chance and circumstance? Could it be that the Neanderthals, for instance, were as capable of surviving as Homo sapiens, but simply lacked the necessary environmental or cultural conditions? Perhaps their extinction was not due to their inferiority, but rather to an inability to adapt to an ever-changing world, a world that Homo sapiens could navigate more effectively. This forces us to reflect on how fragile survival is and how unpredictable the course of evolution can be. Philosophically, we must also consider the ethical implications of our survival. As Homo sapiens continue to thrive and dominate the planet, what responsibility do we bear for the extinction of other species, human and non-human alike? The extinction of the Neanderthals in particular has led some to ask whether we, as a species, played a direct role in their demise. Were we, in essence, the agents of their extinction, either through competition or assimilation? If so, what does that say about the nature of humanity? Is our success defined by our ability to outcompete and absorb others, or is it more about coexistence, understanding, and mutual growth? These questions touch on the ethical considerations of survival and dominance in a complex, interconnected world. Moreover, the extinction of other human species forces us to confront the idea of identity and what it means to be human. Homo sapiens are, after all, the last of a once diverse family of human species. The fact that we stand alone today may provoke a deeper understanding of human uniqueness. In what ways do we define ourselves as a species, and how much of that definition is shaped by the other human species that once walked the Earth? Are we merely the survivors of a biological process, or do we carry within us the legacy of all the human species that came before us? This question speaks to the very essence of what it means to be human, not just in biological terms, but in cultural, emotional, and intellectual terms as well. The extinction of other human species also raises profound questions about the future of humanity. If we are the last surviving species in the genus Homo, does it mean we are somehow destined to remain as the sole representative of human-like beings in the universe? Will we eventually evolve into something else, something beyond human, perhaps merging with technology, or transcending our physical form altogether? The philosophical implications of these possibilities are vast and complex. The idea of human transcendence, whether through technological enhancement, genetic modification, or even the eventual extinction of the human body in favor of digital consciousness, challenges our traditional understanding of what it means to be human. If we outlast the very biological limitations that have defined us, what will become of our identity? Will we still be human in any meaningful sense of the word? Or will we be something entirely new, a different kind of being altogether? In conclusion, the extinction of other human species, while rooted in biological processes, also raises deeply philosophical questions about the nature of existence, survival, and identity. Homo sapiens are not just the product of evolutionary forces. We are the survivors of a cosmic and existential struggle shaped by chance, circumstance, and choice. Our survival is a reminder of the fragility of life, the unpredictability of evolution, and the ethical responsibilities that come with being the last of our kind. The philosophical questions surrounding our existence as the last human species challenge us to reflect on our role in the world and our future in the universe, offering an opportunity for deeper introspection about what it means to be human.
5. Speculative futures. As Homo sapiens continue to dominate the Earth, questions about our future often venture into the realm of speculation. What does the future hold for humanity?
Will we continue to thrive and evolve, or will we, like our predecessors, eventually fade into extinction? The idea of the future is a profound and multifaceted topic, raising intriguing possibilities about the direction humanity could take. While much of the future remains uncertain, it is possible to imagine a wide array of outcomes, from utopian visions to dystopian scenarios, each shaped by the choices we make today. One of the most common speculative futures for Homo sapiens involves the idea of human evolution beyond biological constraints. Given our rapid technological advancements, some envision a future in which humanity transcends its physical limitations, evolving into something entirely new. The concept of merging human consciousness with technology, known as transhumanism, suggests that we might one day augment ourselves with machines, enhancing our cognitive abilities, strength, and even longevity. Through genetic engineering, cybernetic enhancements, or neural interfaces, humans could fundamentally change the way we interact with the world and even ourselves. Rather than relying solely on the biological processes that have governed us for millennia, we might soon be able to reshape our own evolution. This idea brings with it profound ethical questions. If we enhance our bodies and minds with technology, what does it mean to remain human? Would these changes lead to a new species, a post-human civilization? These advancements could make us more capable, but they might also create new divides in society. What about those who cannot afford such enhancements? Would a new class system emerge, dividing humanity into those who have embraced technology and those who have not? As our technological powers grow, so too must our moral considerations. Another speculative future explores the possibility of space colonization. As Earth's resources begin to dwindle and climate change threatens to reshape our planet, many envision humanity expanding beyond Earth to find new homes among the stars. Space agencies are already working on plans to send humans to Mars, and private companies are eager to explore the possibility of colonizing other planets or moons in our solar system. But is this the destiny of Homo sapiens? Can we establish thriving colonies on distant worlds? The idea of spreading across the cosmos suggests an exciting new chapter for humanity, one in which we might not only survive, but flourish by becoming an interplanetary species. However, the challenges of living in space are immense, from creating sustainable ecosystems to protecting ourselves from cosmic radiation. Space colonization would require humanity to overcome the most daunting scientific and technological obstacles we've ever faced. Moreover, as we venture into the stars, the question arises, will we encounter alien life? Could humanity one day meet other intelligent species, either within our solar system or on distant exoplanets? The discovery of extraterrestrial life would be one of the most profound moments in human history, forcing us to reconsider our place in the universe. Would we find ourselves in competition with these alien civilizations, or could we establish peaceful contact and learn from one another? If we are the last human species on Earth, might the future of humanity involve not only colonizing space, but also integrating with or learning from alien species? On the other hand, a more dystopian future is equally possible. Despite our remarkable achievements, humanity is also facing significant challenges that could threaten our very existence. Environmental destruction, overpopulation, and the depletion of natural resources could push Earth to the brink of collapse. Rising political tensions, wars, and global conflicts over resources could lead to an era of instability where survival becomes a daily struggle. In such a scenario, humanity might be forced to confront the consequences of its actions, struggling to adapt to a world that is no longer capable of supporting us. The rise of authoritarian regimes, the collapse of democratic institutions, and the increasing wealth gap could further divide humanity, creating a world of inequality and social unrest. Such a scenario may lead to a grim reality in which the last human species is left to grapple with its own downfall. Perhaps the most profound speculative future involves the idea of human extinction. Could Homo sapiens eventually face the same fate as the other human species that once roamed the Earth? As we face climate change, pandemics, and other global threats, some believe that humanity could eventually wipe itself out, either through war, environmental collapse, or even the development of dangerous technologies like artificial intelligence or bioengineering. The possibility of extinction is both a humbling and a sobering thought. For all our advancements, Homo sapiens are still vulnerable to forces beyond our control. If we are the last human species, what will be our legacy? Will we be remembered as a species that conquered the Earth and the stars, or as a cautionary tale of hubris and self-destruction? Yet, even in the face of such uncertainty, there is also hope for renewal. With increased awareness of environmental issues, there is a growing movement towards sustainability and ecological responsibility. We may look to the future not only as a time of potential danger, but also as an opportunity to correct past mistakes and create a more just, harmonious society. Advances in renewable energy, environmental conservation, and a shift to a circular economy could pave the way for a future where humanity learns to live in balance with the Earth, ensuring that the legacy of Homo sapiens is one of resilience and stewardship. Ultimately, the future of humanity is not set in stone. It is shaped by the choices we make today, the technologies we develop, and the values we hold. Whether we evolve into something beyond human, colonize the stars, or face the consequences of our actions, the path ahead is uncertain. What is clear, however, is that the future of Homo sapiens will continue to be defined by our capacity to adapt, innovate, and imagine a better world for ourselves and future generations. The question is not just what the future will hold, but what kind of future we will create. As humanity continues to face challenges in survival and progress, a critical aspect of our future lies in our ability to adapt and shape our destiny in response to the changes we encounter. Whether we evolve biologically or technologically, explore new worlds, or find new ways to live harmoniously with the planet, the future of Homo sapiens will depend on the decisions we make today. Our relationship with the Earth, the environment, and other species will play a crucial role in determining whether we can sustain ourselves for generations to come. We stand at a crossroads where our technological advancements offer incredible potential for growth, but also pose significant risks if left unchecked. The next phase in the journey of Homo sapiens will not only be about survival, but also about thriving, learning to live in balance with the world around us, and ensuring that Earth remains a livable home for future generations. In this speculative future, one thing is certain: humanity's story is far from over. It is still being written with every choice we make, every advancement we achieve, and every challenge we face. The future of Homo sapiens holds infinite possibilities, and only time will reveal which path we choose to take.